Can't silence the people.
It's deep.
Cops who would arrest and kidnap innocent people and write false police reports. Got any idea Officer Noah Warren from the Goodlettsville, Tennessee Police Department?
Sir, I have not drank a thing. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. It was the most traumatic experience to know that I'm being arrested. I'm about to be fingerprinted, mugshotted. All the man's got is his reputation and his name. And it's getting smeared, and I didn't appreciate it.
This is Goodlettsville, Tennessee, just northeast of Nashville. Population around 17,000. This is the Goodlettsville Police Department Facebook page. The link will be in the description, and I've got a feeling that you want to reach out when you get done watching this video. This is Goodlettsville Police Chief Gary Goodwin, and this is one of his officers, Noah Warner. We're going to make them world famous. See, the good people of Goodlettsville trust their cops to keep them safe. Safe from criminals and criminal activity. They would never dream that the Goodlettsville Police Department would ever be the initiators and protectors of said criminal activity. They never in a million years thought that their cops would be the very criminals coming after innocent people in their town. But that's exactly what's happening in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Let's begin with the hollow and meaningless apology of the police chief.
I certainly regret that, and I really deeply I hurt for what they went through.
That is an apology from the police chief of Goodlettsville to innocent people arrested by his police department.
A WSMV4 investigation uncovered multiple DUI arrests dismissed from arrests, all made by one officer in Goodlettsville.
So it's the latest discovery by Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley into how you can be sober and still get a DUI.
Performing a field sobriety test is not what Jeff Adams expected last September as he was heading to his job as a teacher in Brentwood.
I figured I could pass it because I wasn't drinking. I was on my way to school. It was 5:52 a.m.
Video recorded by an officer shows Adams didn't do well standing on one leg. Still, Adams couldn't believe what happened next. Listen.
Sir, I have not drank a thing. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs.
And Adams wasn't lying. 4 months later, his blood test results show no alcohol, no drugs. But the arresting officer, Noah Warner, wrote he showed several signs of impairment.
First of all, this is why we make these videos. They demonstrate conclusively and consistently, time after time, that cops are not your friends. Secondly, because field sobriety tests are not scientific and leave a driver at the mercy of the subjective opinions of power-tripping, quota-nabbing cops, almost every lawyer and ex-cop will tell you not to take a field sobriety test. Ever. It will almost never work in your favor. From a psychological standpoint, cops know two fundamental things. Number one, innocent people are inclined to prove their innocence. And number two, innocent people trust that cops will make just and righteous decisions at traffic stops. Cops take both of those facts and exploit the public who trust them.
I don't think you're safe to operate a motor vehicle.
Can I call my school to let them know that I need a substitute?
The case against Adams was ultimately dismissed. The damage, though, was already done.
It was the most traumatic experience to know that I'm being arrested. I'm about to be fingerprinted, mugshotted. All the man's got is his reputation and his name. And it's getting smeared, and I didn't appreciate it.
Chokes you up a little bit.
It does.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then this video footage is worth $1 million. There is no clearer image of a breach of the public trust than to see a badged criminal holding an innocent man hostage and then lying on a report to defame his name and start him down the road of a ruined life. But police departments like this, cops like this, and police chiefs like this don't just accidentally ruin one person's life. They're out there intentionally ruining many people's lives. This is the kind of thing the Mullen Commission concluded when they agreed that the NYPD was engaged in active police criminality against the public.
And a WSMV4 investigation found this isn't the only DUI arrest made by Officer Werner that was dismissed. Turns out Adams is the third sober driver to be arrested by Werner for a DUI last year.
There's a problem. There's a pattern, is what this is.
I certainly regret that, and I really deeply, I hurt for what they went through.
Chief Gary Goodwin is Werner's boss at Goodlettsville Police.
If you had just one case, that would be one thing. But in this officer's case, you have 3 people who were sober and arrested for DUI. So what does that tell you?
It doesn't necessarily tell me anything. Obviously, it's concerning. You hate it for these 3 people.
But Goodwin doesn't hate it enough to do anything substantial about the system or the people in the system. If he really cared about the injustice and criminality Noah Werner is involved in, it seems like he would have looked at the reporter in the eye, notice the lack of eye contact here, and told him, "We hate this kind of thing so much that we fired Officer Werner, locked him in a jail cell awaiting trial, and are in the process of liquidating his assets and his pension and repaying the people he has harmed. We aim to throw this guy in prison for a long time." But Chief Goodwin doesn't have the will or desire to do that, and the police union would never let him do that. Werner will keep his job or go to another department, and the Goodlettsville tax cattle will be fleeced once again to cover for the police criminality.
Goodwin admits he's frustrated by the situation. Look at the reports. All 3 drivers, including Adams, showed multiple signs of impairment. In one case, a driver had a half-empty beer can in the driver's side door, but they were all found to be sober.
I'm looking at them and I'm saying, I'm not sure how I fix this.
You're really not sure? Every single one of us is sure how to fix this. You know what you would do if somebody lied to one of your officers during an investigation. Well, this cop lied about people in written reports, and you know that's against the law. You know that's a violation, and you know that's a crime. You say you don't know how to fix this because you don't want to fix this. You want to maintain the police culture crime syndicate that you have going on in Goodlettsville, just like other chiefs do in other cities. DUI stops are monetizable cash cows for you people. And this is an epidemic that's happening all over the country as people are just now waking up to it.
And an ongoing WSMV4 investigation shows it's not just Goodlettsville. Police are arresting sober people for DUIs all over the mid-state. And because of a backlog at the TBI for alcohol and toxicology reports, we found some innocent drivers are waiting 8 months to get results back. And in many times, sober drivers are asking for breathalyzers. Listen. But they didn't. You can see in the video, Adams was taken to get a blood draw instead. After that, he was taken to jail.
Why not use a breathalyzer each time? That would at least tell you if that person had been drinking alcohol.
So many people that we see now, they're under the influence, but it's not necessarily alcohol.
And a blood test, which takes longer to get back, is the only way to know for sure.
Notice that Goodwin doesn't answer the question. Is this because he doesn't really want to know if they're under the influence or not? Now listen to this disingenuous nonsense.
I just put myself in their position, and how would I feel if this happened to me?
Adams knows how it feels. each and every time he drives past where he was arrested.
Sometimes I'll refer to it as the scene of the crime because it was a crime against me.
Jeff Adams kept his job as a teacher. He was not suspended. The additional problem is that he also drives for Uber, and because of his arrest, Uber suspended him, and he estimates he lost out on $15,000 in potential earnings.
Jeremy, this story was so hard to watch. So is Goodlettsville Police doing anything different as a result of this?
Well, the chief says they're reviewing these cases to see if there's anything they need to be doing differently in their field sobriety testing. But the real challenge is that there are so many real drunk drivers, police can't take the risk of not arresting somebody, even if they suspect them of being intoxicated. But these drivers are angry and they are asking for change.
The answer is no, they're not doing anything different. So, because there's so many drunk drivers out there, we're just going to have to write false reports on, arrest, and ruin the lives of innocent drivers and not do a damn thing to change our ways. Again, this is the Goodlettsville Police Department Facebook page where you can leave a polite comment and, oh, look at this. There's a public non-emergency number. Word of warning, Goodlettsville Police, if you remove comments from your public page, according to the courts, you have violated the people's rights to air their grievances against you, and you open yourself up to civil litigation. So act accordingly. If you like these commentary videos, check out some of my others. The goal here is to push back the tides of tyranny and release the spirit of liberty. Subscribe to the channel, hit the